It is the star of the show, straight from the silver screen, the cinema sickness, the Hollywood horror, Lexi Gomez. And you're listening to OTS Project.
So I'm chilling in my brand new mansion, right? Just vibing out in this mansion, having a good time. I leave to go get some food, right? I'm going to get some Cluckin' Bell, something like that. All of a sudden I get a call from my AI, which is way overly sexual, and I need to change for sure. And she's talking about some dudes are out here trying to break into your mansion. So I flip that bitch around, head right back to the mansion, right? And I'm headed there, get in there. There's just a bunch of fucking dudes, bro. I'm shooting people left and right, left and right. All of a sudden I get smacked with a gun, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm done. I'm cooked. Rest in peace me. I'm fucked. Bro, this old dude, Michael, bro, he came through. I met him when I first moved in, him and his crazy ass wife. And I don't know, he must have knew something was going on. Maybe he heard some gunshots. He came through. He saved my life, bro. He dead ass saved my life. So now, me and him running through, we shooting people. The damn security systems are coming on. We're getting locked in the house. So we get out the house. Now we got helicopters flying around. There's a fucking juggernaut in my backyard, bro. It was crazy. But clearly we made it out. So
That's crazy. I saw a bird today. That was pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to OTS News episode 18. We're live. Theo, what's going on, my boy?
Nothing much really. Just kind of working.
Yeah.
Doing so. I met up with an old friend the other day. That was pretty fun. We went to a little cafe, had some coffee,
Nice.
hung out for a little while. But other than that, nothing much. Just been kind of chill.
You did on your private Instagram that nobody will have access to. You did post about going to see
Oh yes.
Muppets Christmas
Yeah.
Carol.
I saw Muppets Christmas Carol. They had a whole little free theater event for it, and I was like, I'll go and see that movie in the theater for free. That sounds like a fun time.
Right.
And I went. And
Did you
did that.
go
It was very, very fun.
did you go alone or did you bring somebody with you?
I wanted to bring someone along, but they couldn't make it, so I kind of just went by myself. So.
Fuck it. You know, that's always something that I kind of struggle with is going to the movies on my own. Like obviously most of the time I go to the movies is with you, Wyatt, something like that. That is something that I need to normalize is just going to the movies by myself. I think the last time I went to the movies by myself, I went and saw The Dark Knight when they it was like a year or so ago, and I think you and Wyatt couldn't make it, and so then I was debating like, do I go? And I was like, you know what? It was like 20 minutes before the showtime. I'm like, fuck it, I gotta go see this movie in the theaters because I had never seen it in the theaters. So I'm like, I gotta go see Heath Ledger on the big screen like that, bro. So that was probably the last time I took myself to the movies, like probably like a year or two ago at this point.
Right. Once you start doing it like a couple times, it becomes normal. It's like whatever.
Right. On my end, it's been chill. Yesterday was kind of hectic. So I told you when we were playing GTA, we're redoing my bathroom, so that's been hectic. We thought the house was fucked. Luckily, it's not. Which is kind of wild too, because they obviously like gutted the bathroom. So I like took a look in there. It is wild to see like your bathroom just kind of like empty. As well as my bathroom is right next to like the attic, like where the way that the house is lined up. So like they took the actual like tub out and stuff like that, and I dead ass could just like see into the attic. I was like, that's kind of fucking hilarious that I could just see like old like Christmas stuff and suitcases and wrestling figures and shit just all stuffed up in the attic. So I'm like, that's pretty funny. And it doesn't. You never like I knew the attic was next to me, but I didn't realize like, oh wow, that shit is literally like right on the other side of this wall. So that's pretty funny. Yesterday was an event. I was I was cleaning out my closet. That's been a thing. So I had my closet's kind of like you've probably seen it. My closet's kind of like a toy room because I don't have a ton of clothes. So I just like kind of set some toys up and shit in there. But like most people's closet at some point probably gets like you keep just kind of throwing shit in there. It's kind of a junk drawer in a sense. And so I couldn't even walk in there. I just had so much shit. And then like at some point like a shit ton of wrestlers fell and shit like that. And so I was like, for the past couple months, I've been acting like it just doesn't exist. I've been like, I'm so annoyed with that. I don't even want. I'm just like, leave it there. It doesn't exist. So yesterday night during like the Game Awards, I was like, I gotta work on this closet. So I have completely cleaned my closet out, transformed it, pretty good. I moved where like the wrestlers were. It was like a bookshelf, and my mom gave me a bunch of like kind of cabinet drawer things. So I took the bookshelf and moved that to where like my Ahsoka poster is, and put all the cabinets inside to put like loose figures and extra little hands and shit like that. And so I have like a wrestling kind of setup now, which is kind of cool in my room. You'll probably see it tomorrow. But that was an event because that ended up taking up until like 2 in the morning because I was just going. So
Yeah.
it was definitely
It
definitely
takes a while
interesting.
to clean out a closet, but once you do it, it's like
Right.
a game changer for sure.
Right, for sure. But yeah, other than that, I've just been kind of chilling, mentally preparing for tomorrow. Obviously, for those that may be watching at a later date, we're recording this on December 12th, so this is the day before John Cena's last match. So yeah, mentally preparing myself for the morning that I'll be doing tomorrow night.
Oh, morning. I thought you meant morning.
the
As in, like, what the
sunrise.
fuck?
Oh man. All right, let's dive into our song of the week, Mr. Theo. You got a song of the week there for me?
I do have a bit of a song of the week here. I don't think it's as big as other songs of the week, but you did technically hear me singing it a little bit the other day when we were playing GTA. It's Sister Christian by Night Ranger. That's a good one for sure. I love how that one ramps up right into the chorus.
See, that's when I do know that you one of the few that you've said as your song of the week that I do know. I already have it saved in my library. Let me add it to your little playlist here.
Yeah. I don't know. Is that or like a bunch of different like Christmas jazz albums? But this is like an actual song, so I was like, yeah, I'll just put this as my song.
Right. I really have not had like a song of the week in a sense, but I will say I think I told you when we were playing GTA that I have been just going crazy on La Seraphim. That's like my new favorite group. All their songs hit. So I'm gonna give you the English version. That's something I like about certain K-pop groups do it, but they definitely do it. Is they will release when they release a song, they'll release like a English version, and sometimes because 2 of the members are also Japanese, so they'll also release like a Japanese version. I fuck with that heavy because it's kind of hard to like not get into the song because you can still enjoy a song if you don't understand, but like you don't, I guess, connect with it as much because you don't really, if you don't know the language, you don't know what they're saying. So the fact that they have a English version, I can completely understand what's being said is really cool. So I will say "Different" by La Seraphim is gonna be my song of the week. It's good stuff. All right, we got a blind rank this week. Every week, I told you last week that it would continue on, and that my blind rank for this week will be a John Cena related one. So I will let you start first because we kind of already know where mine's going.
All right. With the release of the Mansions update in GTA Online, I thought it would be a bit of a fun idea to kind of just have you blind rank different updates from all the years of GTA Online because there's like a bunch of them.
Yeah, about 13 years worth.
13 years worth of updates here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have you start off with the heist update.
Ooh, the OG heist update. All right. Honestly, I will. If we're looking at the grand scheme of things, there's definitely been like better updates, but for as big, like that was some groundbreaking kind of shit when it came out. Like that was some really cool shit. So I will put it literally. Right. I will put it in the 2 spot because it honestly, like you said, it changed the game. It really laid the foundation for what majority of the bigger mission centered like after the first heists, a lot of the updates had to do with doing a heist and have like similar or very just the same system. So I'll put it in the 2 spot because it's definitely a top tier. Man, we were hyped when that was coming out. That came out like January 2014. That was the first big update, really.
Well,
they did like
2015, I think.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they did some updates, but they weren't big like that. It was more just clothes and weapons and some cars. So that was the first time it was like, oh, they're really adding like content to this game like that. So yeah 2 spot, solid 2 spot.
Another heist I got up here. I got the Cayo Perico heist.
Ooh, honestly, it's hard to not put that at 1 because that also really changed the game to this day. Because when I was, and everybody else, while we were gearing up for the mansions, I was running that like I did the Cayo Perico heist probably like 6 times over like a week, like literally over a week because I was like, I gotta. It's you're guaranteed almost at least $1 million off, even on the like lowest thing, you're still getting like 700K. But then if you grab like other shit, you could still make 1 million or close. So it's up there. So honestly, I may put it at the one spot. It's early to put it at the one spot, but man, it's hard. And the fact that you can do that completely solo, that is also what really changed the game, because a lot of the
Yeah.
stuff you got to do with somebody else. Like
Every
when
other heist is like at least 2 to 4 people.
right, like when I went when they had like the whatever triple money on the casino heist with the diamonds and shit, and I did all the setups and shit, and then I went back and realized like, oh shit, I can't do this on my own. So that's when I was like, hey, I'm gonna need you to jump on at some point so I can take advantage of this, because yeah. So that also is a big thing, that you could do that completely solo. That's a game changer. So I might put that at the one spot.
The next update I've got here is the Diamond Casino and Resort.
Ooh, okay. So is that just when the casino came in, or is that including
That was just
the
the
heist?
casino. That was before the
Okay.
heist.
Okay. Honestly, it might go in the 3 spot, because that also was a really fun update. That was the first time like we really got like a place to just go kind of hang out at. Like, we were obviously originally supposed to have like the high loft, whatever the fuck, the building that's still not finished. That a lot of people may not even know that, but that was supposed to be finished and in GTA Online from like day one, and they just never ended up like putting it in the game. But that was supposed to be like a social hub where everybody can go hang out and whatnot. So getting the casino heist was well needed, because that was the first time, and maybe the only time, that they really added just a place to go like do something with your friends that didn't involve like, I mean, obviously money making, but it didn't involve like a business or I mean, I guess there were missions, but it didn't involve like businesses or a heist or something like that. It was just like you could just come here and just have fun on the slots or the horse track. So I might put that in the 3, because that you and I remember we were very hyped when that was coming out. We were very very excited.
That was a big one for sure.
Yep.
Next one is going to be the contract update. Franklin coming back, Dr.
Ooh.
Dre coming in.
All right. I am tempted to put it in the 4 spot, but I don't know what your last one's gonna be, so I might put this in the 5. But that also is still a really good update, and very similar to Cayo Perico in a way, where you can, if you go back and replay that whole thing, you get $1 million every time, and so it takes a little bit, because there's like 12 missions you got to do overall or something like that, so it takes a little bit, but they're very easy to do, as well as at this point people have found so many ways to, like the last one where you have to go fight Johnny Guns or whatever. I remember gearing up for the match and stuff, I was doing it, and that one could be a little annoying, because you got to go through like a whole airport hangar, and there's like 50 enemies, and so it can, you can die and stuff like that. Somebody I saw on TikTok, somebody was like, so if you come in, and at the end of the hallway, if you blow up the gas tank, you can actually jump up on the gas tank and go to the other side and run up the stairs, and you can just shoot Johnny Guns and completely skip the whole thing. And so I did that like the last time, and I was like, oh my god, that saved me like 10 to 15 minutes of my life. So it's really good, and a great money making option if you need money and stuff like that. But other than that, there really wasn't too like, the agency is kind of boring. It's just a building that you can go into. Maybe you'll see Chop, and that'll be kind of cool every once in a while. Like, other than that, it's not. So I'll put that in the 5 spot, because it's solid, great money making option. The Dr. Dre aspect was cool. We've never really seen like, I mean, we've seen it in certain games where you have like Phil Collins pop up in Vice City and stuff, or like the comedians in GTA 4. So that's been a thing in GTA. So it's kind of cool that they brought that into online, an aspect of bringing like a real world celebrity into the game, and he obviously fits the game so perfectly, having like an old school kind of rap gangster-esque kind of vibe. So I'll put that in the 5 spot.
All right, and the last one is going to be the After Hours update, bringing on the nightclubs.
After Hours. See, that again, that's a good one. I would rival that with Kyle Perico, putting that up in the 1 spot, because that, again, great money making opportunity. It's just fun. You get your own nightclub. You get to personalize it. You get to, if you want, you and your friends could just go in there and just have a good time and just hang out. But then the money, man, it's the same thing. You can't really. It's not like Kyle Perico where you go specifically to do something to get the money. It's more of passive, but when it's there, it's there. Like, at this point, people make like $4 or $5 million off of one cell mission if they get it like completely full. We did it the other day. I made like $1.2 million or something like that selling my nightclub stuff. So that's another just incredible. Again, it's passive. It takes a minute, but that when it's there, it's there. So that's a good 4 spot, but it could even be higher, because it's really good. And same thing, you and I were super hyped when that were coming out. I remember we were debating if the Bahama Mama Club would be like purchasable or just if that would be open to you just go into and nobody owns it. It's just like an open nightclub and stuff like that, which I think was supposed to happen because I think there was like I remember stuff from the files being leaked of like the interior and shit. If you remember that from like
Oh yeah, I
2016 or
mean the
some shit.
interior. I think even that was in the files well before that update even came out. Like that's been running
Right,
for a
right.
little while, I think.
But then yeah, it never opened. But yeah, that was a really fun update. We were very excited to hop into. So yeah, I'm very happy with the way I ranked that.
It's a good
How
ranking.
would you do it?
Uh, Honestly, I'm probably putting the nightclubs at the one. I think it is just that great of a moneymaker and just that fun of a property overall.
Right,
Like
right.
that's just so like every
Oh, and
time
we
we
got the
hop on
return of
GTA,
Tony
that's like
Prince, bro.
oh we got the return of Tony Prince as well. That's another good point.
Great
But I
character,
mean,
great character.
whenever I hop on a GTA, that's one of the first things I do is I go and check my nightclub, make sure that popularity's up, get any money out of the safe, and just check on what I've got passively going in my stock. I gotta
Right,
sell
right.
my stock soon. I know it's getting pretty full,
Oh,
but
I wanna. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but I do want to interject real quick. Remember how I told you about the in the mansion you get the like the production boost or whatever? I so right now it's double money on what was it? Acid or meth,
meth.
meth, meth. It's double money on meth cell missions, bro. I went in, resupplied that thing fully, and I turned on that daily boost. You can only choose one thing to do it, so I'm like, okay, I'll put it on the meth lab. Within 15 minutes, my meth lab was completely full. I made $800,000.
Damn,
Yeah, that shit
nice.
was wild, bro. That shit was wild. I'm definitely gonna have to go grind that a little bit more at some point soon.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Let's see. Next one I'm gonna do is ooh. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna put the contract at 5. I think while all of these are very fun, I feel like that again is the there's not that much hype around it compared to some of the others, and there's better money making opportunities in the other ones. So I think it's just the easy 5 there.
right.
Um, I think I have to put Heist at the 2 spot. Again, that was like revolutionary when the game first came out. Because like before then, it was really just like you were just replaying Rooftop Rumble to make the
Right,
most
right.
amount of money.
Or trying to
Like
rob convenience stores in between.
rob convenient like liquor stores and stuff like that. That was
Right.
another way to do it. But
Making
the,
making $3,000 off robbing liquor stores was crazy.
yeah, if that.
Right.
But I mean, this really changed the game of how you make money as well as just like changing how the economy was just going to be marketed going forward in terms of just like, yeah, we're giving you all these missions that give you a lot more money than what you used to be doing, but now cars are going to be more expensive, apartments are going to be more expensive, all this and all that.
Right,
So
right.
it really just kind of changed how GTA Line would work going forward.
I
Um,
remember the damn convenience stores, bro. Me and my friend at the time, Nate, we dead ass would load into a lobby. We would get a car, and we would take turns. So I like we would go around the whole map, and like so Nate would drive, and I would go. I would rob every convenience store. We would like lose the cops each time, and then once we had robbed all the convenience stores, we would switch, and I would drive, and then we would go back to the first one because it would like regenerate at that point.
right, right.
And so like we were just trying, man. We just wanted a house, man.
I think I'll put. I gotta put Cayo Perico at the 3. I think it's just such an incredible money making opportunity. I know I've done that
Yeah.
at least like 15 times just solo, just making
Right.
all the money I can. I'm probably gonna be doing it more in the near future here just to help pay for my mansion that I'm gonna be getting soon. But
Right, right.
yeah, I guess that kind of leaves the casino at 4. But again, the casino was super fun. It was such a great
Yeah.
time when that finally came out because we we were asking for that casino to be open for years and years, and then
Right.
it finally came. And
The
they
real
even did, like,
OGs
a
remember
virtual
the
thing.
right. I was gonna say the real OGs remember like the original building that was like red and white or something like that.
Yeah, it was like red and white, and there was just a sign up there that just said "Coming
Coming
soon,
soon.
opening soon."
Right. It was all run down
And I
and
was
shit.
there
Yeah.
for like 6 years.
Right.
But yeah, that's gotta be at my 4th spot.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good blind rank. I fuck with that. We've been
Yeah.
heavy, at least especially me. The past month, I've been very heavy in the GTA Online situation. So, all right, John Cena time. It's time, Mr. Theo. Can you guess what this topic's gonna be?
Let's see. Last week it was shirts.
Mm.
We also did moments last week. We got matches this week. What does that leave? Rivals? I'm gonna guess rivals.
All right, yeah, that's the blind rank for you this week. You're gonna be blind ranking John Cena rivals from over the years. So
That's great.
starting
Many
off,
great options here.
starting off with number 1 is gonna be CM Punk.
God, talk about two guys with just incredible chemistry with each other, man. I mean, these
Yeah,
two,
wrestling soulmates.
it was just wrestling soulmates. On God, I think. Ooh, I'm putting him at the 2.
Okay,
I'm gonna put
all
him
right,
at the 2 spot.
that's a good.
He's
That's good.
definitely
That's
got to
good.
be higher up on the list for sure.
Yeah. All right, your next one is gonna be Roman Reigns.
See, whether it's like Roman Reigns coming up as the young guy and John Cena as the expert, or Roman Reigns being like the face of the company and John Cena coming back to be like, I'm still here, buddy. There's a
Right, right.
lot of good history there between those two.
It's called a promo,
But
kid.
I feel like there's so many better rivals for John. I'm gonna have to put him at the 4 spot.
Okay, all right. Your next one is gonna be Randy Orton.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him at the
Yeah,
3.
yeah.
I
Okay,
gotta put
all
him
right.
at the 3 there. That rivalry is legendary. Randy Orton's fucking evil as hell.
Yeah, he is. He is. All right, your next one is gonna be AJ Styles.
Fuck. Damn it. They're both so good, and they have such a great rivalry. But I gotta put it at the 5. I feel like there's something better coming, and I feel like while they had a great rivalry, I don't think it honestly even beats any of the rivalries he had with any of the other people on this list. So I gotta put them
Right, right.
there. As good as they both are.
No, I would agree because, in a sense, like with other rivals, it felt more personal, whereas this one it had a more standard story of just like I'm better than you, so I'm gonna prove that I can beat you. Whereas like when you go against like Randy Orton, this man was literally like trying to like murder John Cena every week. So
Even
all right,
in the case of like him and Roman, it was really just like the face of the past versus the face of the now
Right.
sort of thing. So there was just a grander scale.
all right. Your last one is gonna be my number 1, the rated R superstar Edge.
There's a lot of tone change in there. But yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That was definitely an earlier one for sure, but definitely still very, very personal for both of them, and
Yeah.
very, very entertaining stuff every single week. That's a good number 1.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how this list came out.
If I had to rank this list, Edge is going number 1. Punk is going number 2. Randy's probably going number 3. AJ's going 4, and Roman's going 5. That's how I rank it.
Okay, yeah. All
Yep.
solid opponents.
Of course, some of the best, not just John Cena, just in general, some of the best like wrestling feuds ever are those 5 kind of wrestling feuds. So, all right, we I want to do a quick OTS showcase. As I was cleaning out my closet, I found my Rex Bacchus T-shirt. So this is kind of a sad one because unfortunately Rex is no longer with us. But man, I was so happy when I found this. I can't wear this all the time because I don't think you can see it, but it's kind of chipping. It's vinyl, so it's kind of flaking away. So I'm not gonna be wearing this around. That's probably why it was in my closet. But I wanted to put this on. So I found this in my closet. So I want to make him the showcase, even though he's no longer with us. Because man, what a guy! What a fucking guy, bro. He was the best. He was
great,
cool.
for sure. Yeah.
Such a cool guy. Joined the dynasty there towards the end for a little bit, which was really cool. So yeah, again, unfortunately, no longer with us, but you can still go find his wrestling matches on YouTube. So if anybody's watching this, please go look up Rex Bacchus on YouTube. Watch some matches because he was fucking insanely entertaining, bro. He was one of when I was booking Proving Ground every week for like a year. He was one of the guys that I made like an agent because I just trusted his instincts on pro wrestling and his instincts on pro wrestling, as well as like I knew if I made him a agent that he always, a lot of people didn't understand me. He always understood me. Like he always got my vision, always got where I was coming from. And if he didn't like blow me off or try and like make me feel like shit. He would just give me an alternate like angle that we would kind of work towards and stuff like that. But generally, he pretty much always understood me, never made me feel like I was dumb or anything like that. So crazy amounts of respect for that man, bro. I miss him a lot. I dealt with, not to be super sad, but I've dealt with a lot of loss, especially in the wrestling world the past few years. So it's sad to see kind of my brothers go. You know what I'm saying? But I'm very happy for the memories that I have with these guys, especially Rex, man. He's the best. He was so cool, bro. He was so cool.
Yeah, he was dope. I specifically even remember one time where it's like there have been situations where like we were doing matches, whether he was involved in Dynasty or we were facing him and what was his group called? He had another group that he was in.
Oh, the Clover Clan.
The Clover Clan, yes. Whether we were facing the Clover Clan or whether he'd be with us, there was always like some bit where I would get involved in the match in some way, and he would always be making sure like I was okay or I was safe or I was like okay with this thing going on or
Right.
doing this or being like maybe we shouldn't do that. That's kind of extreme. You're kind of a young guy. We don't want to get you too hurt here.
Right.
So he always kind of looked out for me in that sort of sense. So I always kind of appreciated that. He was always a
He's the
great
man, bro. Yeah, he was the man.
Yeah.
So definitely go watch his wrestling matches, people. They're very entertaining. He was highly entertaining. But all right, we got some news here. Starting off with a Spider-Punk movie apparently is on the way. A spin-off movie. I would imagine it's animated and it's in that Spider-Verse realm. So that's really cool. Daniel Kaluuya kind of confirmed that earlier this week. We got a Supergirl teaser trailer. This is probably more at your speed, so I'll let you kind of take the reins.
A little more my speed. I wish I had read. I really want to read the comic this movie's based off of because I think it'd be awesome. To
Right.
read that and then go in and see the movie. 'Cause I haven't really read it, but I am very excited for this movie. Obviously, I know that you're very excited for this movie. Technically, kind of like a almost not a sequel to Superman, but kind of like a pseudo sequel in a sense.
Right.
Kind of almost like half sequel, half spin-off in a sense. But it looks very, very good. We got a lot of good shots from the trailer there, or the teaser.
Yeah.
I'm very excited
We
to
got
see the story of this. 'Cause I
We got a
think they're
quick
gonna
shot
play a lot.
of Jason Momoa as Lobo there.
Yes, we did. He looks incredible. I'm very excited
Yeah.
to see what they do with him in this movie because I think that could be one of the best comic book movie castings of all time.
Yeah.
But a lot of good stuff there. I really hope they delve a lot more into the kind of like traumatic aspect that Kara has kind of gone through in her journey. I think they will play on that a good bit. I'm very excited to see how they work that into the movie. But her suit looks great. A lot of the costume design looks great. A lot of the action looks great. Very good song choice for this trailer. I was fucking with it. I don't usually fuck with like a lot of these like 80s songs for like movie trailers and stuff like that, but this one worked very, very well.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm very excited to see this movie. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
I think so too. I'm not really familiar. Obviously, I know Lobo and I know Kara, but I'm not familiar with any of these other characters. So I don't know the girl that was running around with the sword. I don't know who that is. I don't know the villain guy that had the beads kind of all over his face that looked into the camera. Apparently, he's like the actual kind of main villain. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. So I'm kind of going in very, very blind. Whereas with Superman, I obviously know Clark and Lois and Lex and even Hawkgirl and like you know what I'm saying. I kind of had an understanding of majority of those characters. Whereas with this, I'm pretty much I know two characters and everything else. I'm kind of going in blind. I will say this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I've seen some people debating this and arguing this, but I don't necessarily think this is a bad thing. This looked very heavily like a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This definitely looked like a Guardians
That
movie
could
to
just
me.
be a James Gunn thing. I think
Right.
that's probably just what it is. It's just James Gunn getting James Gunny.
I definitely felt it because I think like again that guy with the kind of bead face, he definitely looked like somebody that would have been in like Yondu's crew. A lot of like metal and steel, as well as like there's some shots where it looked like they're kind of in like a city, but it kind of looks similar to like nowhere. So there were some shots where I was like, yeah, this does look very like Guardians of the Galaxy esque. But again, that's not a bad thing because I obviously love Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm not
That
I'm not
trilogy's
like
awesome.
crying
It's like
about
one
that.
of the best
Right.
comic book trilogies of all time. So it's like, why are we complaining?
Right. And I think the Escape Pod podcast, I think I saw their kind of live they did like a live trailer breakdown. I think it was Hat Guy that was saying oh shit. Oh, he was saying like this very heavily seems like a movie where it's gonna be like everything's fine and I'm like a punk rocker who can just do whatever she wants. But then we're obviously gonna find out that everything is not fine and she's really struggling with
Yeah.
the death of Krypton and her family and stuff like that. But she's trying to cover it up by being like a hard ass, badass kind of deal. So I'm like, yeah, I agree. That's definitely probably where the movie's gonna go. Everything's fine, and she's running around kind of getting drunk and doing crazy shit. And then at some point we'll realize like, yeah, no, nothing's fine. Everything's fucked. We also got our first look at Krypton in the DCU there for a quick second in there. So that also was very interesting. It definitely looks. I mean, people like kill me for saying this or whatever, but it definitely looks different than the versions I'm used to. It definitely doesn't look like the versions I've kind of seen before, I guess. But I'm pretty sure that's more close to the comics in this version
It's
than
definitely
the other.
definitely closer to the comics and such. But I'm very excited to see. I really hope they do delve a lot into that, at least for like a little
Yeah.
bit, because I think it'd be super interesting to see that kind of stuff.
Right, right. But yeah, is there anything else you wanna cover on that aspect? Oh, there was a shot. There was a shot of Crypto not looking too good, man. He was like laying there looking sad, and Kara looked like she was crying. They can't kill off Crypto. If they kill off Crypto, I may actually start fucking crying, bro. That shit will fuck me up. I'm a big dog guy.
James Gunn's gonna get the waterworks one way or another, man.
He's got this man is like obsessed with. This is gonna sound fucked up. He's like obsessed with animal abuse in his movies or something, dog. Like what the fuck? He knows what pulls on them heartstrings, bro.
Man.
I guess. All right, yeah, but we're both. Yeah, we're both very sensitive. So PR reboot means
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico Power Rangers.
Puerto Rican Power Rangers. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So this has been rumored. This has been rumored and talked about for a little bit that Disney is looking to kind of reboot the Power Rangers under like the Disney Plus kind of banner and stuff like that. But nothing was really confirmed. But I forgot their names. But the guys that are supposed to be working on the show also work on the Percy Jackson show. I think they're the Percy Jackson show runners. So obviously with Percy Jackson season 2 coming out, they've been doing a bunch of press and the red carpet. So they were plainly just straight up asked, "Hey man, we heard that there's something about this Power Rangers reboot. What's going on?" And they were like, "Yeah, that's happening. We can't tell you anything, but it's happening." So it's officially confirmed. The Power Rangers are headed to Disney Plus with a reboot. So I am super excited. I can't wait for some more info. This is one of those things for me where obviously it's big for me. So I'm gonna be on my phone looking for any crumbs that I can find on what they're gonna be doing with this. Hopefully, I know some people might kill me. I don't want a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I hope. I'm not even saying they're probably not gonna go into like other seasons, but if it's I don't know, I would like it to be its own thing. I would like them to kind of make maybe their own team and stuff like that. I am kind of just tired of we need to do something with Power Rangers, so make it everything that I get it because that's obviously the first season. It's the most popular. That's when the show took over the world. But at this point, I'm like, dude, there's like every couple years there is like a side scroller video game that comes out, and it's a Mighty Morphin. Like they make the same game like every couple years and shit like that. So I would kind of not to say move on from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, but I would like to branch into other versions of Power Rangers, whether it's other seasons and teams or new seasons with new teams and stuff like that. So, but either way, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be watching. I'm excited. So, yeah.
I want the Pink Ranger to be a dude. That's all I want.
There you go. All right. We've been rumored here that too. There's supposed to be an Avengers Doomsday trailer that's coming. This has been rumored for a little bit that there was gonna be a Doomsday trailer before the end of the year, and now it's been rumored that it's gonna be playing in front of Avatar: Fire and Ash next week. And then I'm not sure. This could be fake. But I did see somebody kind of post that apparently the trailer is actually there. It's apparently because now movie theaters are starting to get the actual film. They're starting to get Avatar: Fire and Ash, so you can see digitally. You can see the files, and in the files it says Avengers Doomsday trailer or something like that. So probably by next Thursday we're gonna be next week we'll be breaking down an Avengers Doomsday teaser trailer. I would imagine on the podcast. So. Yeah, no crazy news to cover there, but it seems like it's on its way. So I'm excited to see what they do. I would imagine since it's a teaser, they ain't gonna give away too much, but we'll probably see. The biggest thing will probably be like Doom's face or something like that.
I even doubt that. You know what it's gonna be? It's gonna be like 2 minutes of getting shots of like every single character for like a second, and there's gonna be people talking over the trailer, and then it's just gonna be like heavy music or some shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So, either way, it's gonna be fun. Next week should be very interesting. We got a GTA update. We were kind of talking about it before with the blind rank and stuff like that. We got our mansions update, and I wanted to talk about it because obviously it's been fun so far. Theo does not have a mansion yet, so we gotta help him get there. We're gonna have to grind at some point. I have 2 mansions because I grinded too much and had way too much money. But yeah, it's definitely fun. Unfortunately, no new clothes or anything. No, nothing like that. I know you were very disappointed in that. But honestly, they keep doing that. It's not the first time they've done that shit. There's definitely been updates like that.
I expect better from us.
Yeah.
I expect better.
But yeah, we got the mansions. You can do a shit ton of stuff in the mansion. You can have pets. You can work out. You can go swimming. You can add on arcade and a salon and all that stuff. So it's very, very fun. But the big thing is, there's a master control terminal, so you can control all your businesses, which has been a hell of a lifesaver for me because I'm able to kind of do everything from that one spot. Which I mean, I think you could do that at the arcade too, and I think there's another spot you could do that in, but it's definitely better here. I think because where the mansions are, they're kind of in between the city and the country a little bit, so it's a little easier to get in between both places. You have your little AI assistant that is either an old British guy, a gangster, or the craziest freaked out woman you've ever met, right? You've ever met. But yeah, the biggest thing here we got Michael. When you buy the mansion, you first enter your mansion. You get a 7-minute cutscene with Michael and Amanda welcoming you to the neighborhood and talking to you. Mr. Faber just randomly appears in your house and basically says he was in the neighborhood and let himself in, and that he's in Los Santos to overhear a pitch about a driverless taxi service, which you could see kind of driving themselves around the map, which is a cool little addition. And then you have Avi Schwartzman.
Avi Schwartzman's back.
Coming in to he's coming in to have you stop the driverless taxi thing. So you do that chain of missions, which I did the first 2, and then the last 3 you and I did together. Just kind of taking down this driverless taxi company, and then if you have the mansion, a few minutes after you'll get a solo mission. I couldn't even invite you; it didn't even give me the option. It just threw me right into it, where some people are trying to take over your mansion. You got to go stop them. Michael kind of comes to save the day, which I was talking about obviously in the beginning of the episode. He comes to save the day, and then it's you and Michael, which is really cool. You and Michael just kind of mowing people down and protecting the mansion. So then you kind of, these are just random mercenaries. They kind of look like Merryweather in a sense. So I was like, okay, for some reason Merryweather is attacking my shit or something like that. But when you originally get like the phone call from Avi, he's talking to you and he's like, hello, I need to talk. It's very kind of robotic. He's like, I need to talk to you at this location. Please meet me here. And so when you start the mission, you're like driving to this location, and then you get another phone call from an unknown number, and it's Avi being like, they fucking AI'd my voice. Don't go there. They're going to kill you. And that's where you find out you got to go to your mansion and shit like that. So then you do the whole mission, and after the mission, you get a call from Mr. Faber, who's like, oh, it's so unfortunate. I heard about what happened to your new lovely home. That's so unfortunate. But I wanted to call you to send my condolences and let you know that I had completely nothing to do with this. I can't wait to work with you in the future. I'll be in touch soon. And so I was like, okay, I'm starting to connect the pieces here. He was there to hear the pitch, so I'm assuming he buys into this company. Then you start fucking it up. He sends some mercenaries to kill you, and that doesn't work. So now he's trying to play the good guy, but he's really the bad guy. So I'm like, okay, clearly this is going to be split in 2, and probably the big GTA 5 online finale is going to be you, Michael, maybe you, Michael, Franklin, Trevor, all come together to take down Mr. Faber. So that's my assumption of where the story is going to go. And I did see somebody say the original thought was that, because obviously there really wouldn't have been any time, right? If GTA 6 stayed at its original date, right? In what was that, May of next year, I think it was. There would have been like really no. I mean, I guess they could have thrown it in there at the last second, but like there really wouldn't have been too much time to have a second part of this. So people were theorizing that maybe the second part of this would have been the start of GTA 6's online. And now that they kind of move this forward, they have to now go, oh shit, okay, well now we got to make it part of GTA 5's online, which I could see being an option. I also think maybe it'd be kind of funny if, I would like to see, I know our characters aren't going to cross over to GTA 6, or for the most part, I'm assuming when we get into GTA 6's online, I'm imagining that our new created character are going to be a completely new person. It's not going to be our Los Santos character. So I'm like, it would be kind of cool if we did, in the second part of this update, if we do destroy all his shit, but he somehow gets away, and there's kind of like a tease of like, I was thinking like, oh, he's in his helicopter, and there's like almost like a post-credit scene of him being like, you know what, fuck it, they can have Los Santos. I'm going after Vice City, and that's where it's like I think that'd be kind of a cool lead into GTA 6.
Maybe. I don't know. I kind of like the idea more that it's just not connected to GTA 6. I kind of want GTA 6 to be its own experience.
Mm.
I mean, they can obviously like hint at stuff between the two games, but for the most part, I would like to be a little more.
Bro, you're
Interesting.
telling me at some point in GTA 6 Online that Lamar Davis ain't showing up in Vice City being like, "What up, motherfucker?" That's
I I
definitely
would
happening.
I would assume not,
No, that's
and
just definitely happening,
I don't know. We'll have to see.
I guess. But either way, if even if it doesn't cross over, if we get the second half of this update and a swan song to GTA 5 is your created character teaming up with Michael Franklin and Trevor to take down the big bad, I think that'd be a very beautiful, fun ending to GTA 5.
You're gonna have to call that click the wheel based off the
Yeah,
character wheel.
literally. So yeah, all right. Some other news. We got Katniss Everdeen and Peter Millar coming back. We talked about this a few weeks ago, where we were talking about the trailer, and I was saying, oh, that'd be cool if that happens because it's in the book. It's just confirmed now. I think Variety and Hollywood Reporter and all these places just basically came out and said, yep, they've signed on. They're going to be in the movie. So cool to see the theory. I mean, I guess it's not a theory because they are in the book, but like our hope come true that they would return. And again, Haymitch is in that scene, so I would imagine that Woody Harrelson is also going to be in that scene too. So that's really cool. I'm excited to. It makes me even more excited knowing now that they are in it. So it's going to be really fun to go see that.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
I put Chalamet in here, but I don't. I don't.
You know why?
I kind of know why. I think he was.
Hey, let
So
me
he
tell you
did.
about Timothy Chalamet. This guy is great.
He is great. He is because he was on he was on Cody Rhodes' podcast, which is kind of different than normal because normally Cody Rhodes just interviews wrestlers or wrestling adjacent people. So him interviewing Timothy Chalamet is not a normal thing. So I was like, oh, I'm definitely watching this because Timothy Chalamet is one of my favorite actors, like he is for basically everybody at this point because he's so good. So I'm watching it. And I think I put in here the news because I'm like, bro, this dude knows ball. I never would have thought that Timothy Chalamet was like a wrestling fan or knew wrestling, or to the point where we've seen it where there's so many celebrities that show up somewhere that love wrestling, but they just all they do is just talk about like, oh yeah, I used to watch John Cena all the time, and that's like all they'll say. Timothy Chalamet was going in, bro. He was talking about ECW One Night Stand and RVD's push getting killed, and he was going in, bro. He dropped the Boogeyman's shoot name. I'm like, yo, this motherfucker knows. He knows ball, bro. He knows ball. He was talking about, yeah, he was talking about, oh,
Hilarious.
yeah, I remember being a kid watching Tough Enough and Marty Wright, the Boogeyman. He got in trouble because he lied about his, like, he was going in, bro. I'm like, yo, I already love Chalamet, but now I love him even more knowing that he's like it seems like a deep wrestling fan. And then I also, people went and found some clips from the first, I think the first Dune press tour, and Timothy Chalamet was talking about how he was like, it was surreal that he was working with Batista because he used to watch him as a kid every Friday night and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And then Batista said the first time they met, Timothy Chalamet actually did the thing in front of him, which I think is hilarious. So I think that's why I put that in there. I was just like, man, he knows ball. But there was something that was kind of interesting that some people aren't picking up on that I thought was just very, very interesting. In the podcast, a few times, Timothy Chalamet talks about a phone call that he had with Triple H recently, and it was an hour-long phone call where they talked about just everything. Because Timothy Chalamet talking about ECW One Night Stand, he was talking about how he would love to see a WWE show today in the Hammerstein Ballroom, and how when he was on the phone call with Triple H basically explained like it's kind of impossible because there's like one elevator and you have to bring everything in through this one elevator. So like getting the ring in there, shit is a pain. Da 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 da. So I find that interesting because I'm like, why was Timothy Chalamet just on an hour-long phone call with Triple H for no reason? You know what I'm saying? It seems a little interesting. And then he also was saying in this hour-long phone call, he was like, oh, it's like that was like 40 minutes of us just yipping and yapping, and then about 10 minutes of ideas. So I'm like, not that I think Timothy Chalamet is wrestling, but is Timothy Chalamet going to come do something with WWE at some point? I think that would be really cool, especially if him and Triple H are talking about ideas on the phone. That's normally what leads to somebody showing up in a WWE ring at some point. So that'd be cool. Or even, is Timothy Chalamet going to not necessarily join WWE, but is he going to have some connection with WWE where he comes in on a creative sense and kind of helps produce certain shows or something like that? It definitely seemed very interesting. And again, I don't think Triple H, he's a busy man. I don't think he's hopping on hour-long phone calls with random people just for fun. So that would be that'd be
hosted
interesting,
WrestleMania.
right? Something. I'm like, yeah, it definitely nobody's picking that up, but I'm like, that's kind of interesting that he was on a phone call with Triple H for an hour talking about ideas. So I think it'd be really cool if Timothée Chalamet shows up and does something within WWE. I think that'd be really really cool.
Right.
Our last piece of news, though, the Game Awards were last night. I don't know if you were watching it because I texted you and you just completely ignored me.
I was not watching it.
Okay.
I was in the grind, man.
Okay, all right. So I was watching it as I was cleaning out the closet and stuff like that. First game reveal, off rip, was a brand new Star Wars game called Star Wars: Fate of the Old Republic. I was hyped. I was getting very giddy. I had to so it's funny because I was in the closet, so I can't really see the TV, but I could hear it. So I'm like in the closet and I'm moving stuff around, fixing stuff, and so I hear like our first game reveal is our first world premiere is one that fans have waited for. Da 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 da. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like listening, kind of as I'm working, and I hear like spaceships, and I go, huh, okay, spaceships. That'd be funny if this is a Star Wars game. Like that'd be cool. So I hear spaceships, and then I hear like a couple other sounds that sound very Star Wars esque. I'm like, man, whatever this game is, they're really cutting it close to Star Wars. And I hear like some music from the trailer, and I'm like, oh no, that's definitely some Star Wars music. So I jumped out of the closet there and was like looking at the screen, and I was like, is this Star Wars? And I saw like whatever the alien is, the Quillen or whatever it is that was walking with the girl. And I was like, oh fuck, this is Star Wars, bro. So yeah, I'm excited. This is actually the first like canon Old Republic content I believe we're getting, because all the Old Republic stuff was like Legends or whatever. So I do believe this is the first canon Old Republic kind of stuff we're getting. So that's also making me even more excited, because I mean the KOTOR games are legendary. So if this comes anywhere near it, which I'm hoping it does, we could be in for a treat. So I'm very very excited.
I'm a little excited. I don't know. I just feel like every year or every other year we get another like Star Wars game like teaser trailer that then just ends up like going nowhere and getting no news for like ever. I feel like we're still waiting on like 2 or 3 other games that have been revealed at like years.
Yeah, we're waiting on the KOTOR remake, which I'm not sure is happening because I think that was a Blizzard thing or something like that. And then that Star Wars Eclipse game that they showed a crazy ass trailer for like 3 years ago that we had. But again, I think that also had something to do with a company that like is in a shitty situation.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like a common theme going on here. So
Right.
until we start getting like more actual trailers and more information about these kind of games, I tend not to
Right.
get too excited because I just don't want to get
At
my hopes
first-
up for something that's not gonna happen.
At first, when I saw the trailer, I saw the girl walking from behind, and I saw like the hair, but she kind of has like a ponytail in a sense. I thought this was fucking Star Wars Outlaws 2 for a second. I was like, "Are you joking me? They're actually making a sequel to that game?" And then I quickly realized once I saw that girl was wearing like Jedi robes and shit like that. I was like, "Okay, no, it's not." But for a second,
Dude,
I was like, "Is that
would've
Nyx?
been
Is that the girl Nyx?"
fucking hilarious, bro.
That would've
Oh my
been.
God, people would have been so pissed.
We also got this is more your speed than my speed, but we're getting a new Star Wars racing game as well called Star Wars Galactic Racer that was announced last night. Yeah, here I'll send you the trailer real quick. It's I was joking that it's Bombad Racing 2, but it's definitely not. It's like it's a more realistic Star Wars racing game. But in the trailer, there's a fun little teaser, a fun little surprise at the end of the trailer that you'll enjoy.
We also did get a new trailer for the new Lego Batman game coming out next year as well.
I did not watch that, so that's all you.
We got some more look at gameplay. We got some more look at a bunch of different like characters.
I did see the Arkham Asylum opening is in there. I saw that.
Yes, the Arkham Asylum opening is in there. They're definitely taking a lot of inspiration from those games as well as the movies. Everything just looks very, very good. I think this is definitely going to be a very, very fun game. Possibly Game of the Year contender if GTA 6 gets delayed again. So we'll have to see about that. But
I wonder
think
if-
it's very good.
So they gave out the award last night for most anticipated game. I wonder if GTA 6 is the first game to win it twice, because it won last year and it won this year. because obviously the shit,
If it gets delayed again, it can win 3 times.
that's true. It could.
They could just be racking up that award.
Right. But I thought that was funny. I'm like, I wonder if there's another game that's won that award twice.
Maybe.
All right. That's kind of all the news that we got here, but we do have our topic for the week with John Cena's last match being tomorrow night. We're gonna break down our top 5 John Cena matches. I got a couple honorable mentions in here.
I kind of did a similar thing of last week where I didn't really rank them. I just kind of started putting a bunch of matches in a list.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what I've got over here.
Okay. I'll start. Yeah, I'll start. All right, we'll start off with Breaking Point. My honorable mention is gonna be him versus Randy Orton. I Quit match at Breaking Point 2009. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're doing construction on the bathroom here, so it's all fucked up. So if you hear the constant drilling, I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. And Theo's not gonna be here tonight to record tonight, so we gotta just do this. So my honorable mentions: the I Quit match against Randy Orton, Breaking Point 2009. Him versus AJ Styles at the Royal Rumble 2017 when he won the WWE Championship. His SummerSlam 2015 match. Him and Seth Rollins. That's a great match. Great match. Horrible finish. Jon Stewart got involved for absolutely no fucking reason. So that was horrible. My last honorable mention is going to be the match he had with CM Punk on Raw in like 2013 where they just fucking said fuck it and threw everything at the wall and were hitting pile drivers and code reds and shit like that. So those are my honorable mentions. But my number 5 is going to be the match he had at SummerSlam 2013 against Daniel Bryan. That was a great match. Beautiful story going into that. Cena was injured and stuff like that. The only time you'll probably ever see John Cena wearing an elbow pad in a match was in that match. My number 4 is going to be the Cody Rhodes SummerSlam 2025 match. I love that match. That match was absolutely incredible. Absolute banger. My number 3 is going to be against CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. This was a shifting match in the world of professional wrestling with CM Punk winning and hightailing out of there, blowing Vince a kiss, and then going and putting the championship in his fridge and posting the photo of that on Twitter. My number 2 is going to be against AJ Styles at Crown Jewel 2025. Absolute banger. This is, in my opinion, the best match of his retirement tour. It's up there with the SummerSlam Cody match, but I absolutely love this match. The tribute that he gave him before the match that AJ didn't know about. AJ showing up in the TNA trunks. It's just a banger. But my favorite John Cena match of all time is going to be from Unforgiven 2006. Him and Edge in a TLC match. It was kind of the blow off, in a sense, to their feud, or at least their original kind of feud, where Edge walked into Canada as champion and walked out without the championship. Well, actually, he didn't. I don't think he walked out at all because he took an AA off a ladder through like 2 tables. So, not sure he actually walked out at all. But I actually just rewatched that match not too long ago because it's so good. They go to fucking war. There was a point I forgot where John Cena deadass is like on the ladder and Edge pushes it, and John Cena just takes a full on bump through a table on the outside. I'm like, that ain't a John Cena bump. That was crazy. John Cena was like, he was really feeling that match. So I love that match.
Nice. Those are all really, really good picks. I got some similar picks here as well. Let me see. I'm gonna actually add that AJ Styles retirement tour match to my honorable mentions. So I got that up there, and then I'm also gonna put the Money in the Bank 2011 versus CM Punk as an honorable mention. I think the only reason why I wouldn't say it's one of John's best matches is because that's really more of a CM Punk sort of match, I'd say. Right. But
they're 20 fuck, it may have been 2011. Their Night of Champions match was also good too, where Punk comes out in the Yankees gear.
Yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've got WrestleMania 36 with The Fiend, the Firefly Funhouse match. I've talked about that match before. I really, really like that one. Very, very creative, very theatrical.
Right.
Worked very well with the whole COVID thing going around. So that was very, very fun. I've got a bit of a sleeper pick here, but it's kind of one that's a little more personal. It's back in like the end of 2022 on SmackDown. You and me went to see SmackDown.
Yeah.
It was John Cena and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn. I have to put that one on my list just because it's very, very personal, and that was like the only time I've really seen John Cena.
That was, I think that was your first WWE event.
I I think if we're not counting, I think we also did the NXT Takeover. I think NXT
Yeah,
Takeover may have been before that.
I would say like
In terms of like a
actual
main
WWE.
event,
Right,
like a main sort of thing. Yeah, this is definitely the first one.
right.
So that was also very, very fun. But that was just a solid match overall. Bloodline stuff was obviously very, very big at the time. Kevin Owens is one of my like favorite modern guys. John Cena, obviously the GOAT. So it's just a stacked match through and
It
through.
was very fun. John Cena did
Very,
nothing in
very
that
fun.
match though. He stood on the
He didn't
apron,
really do much.
got got tagged in, hit his comeback, and hit the AA, and they called it a day. But we were happy about it either way.
Yeah, it was
You
very, very
at least
exciting.
you get to say you saw John Cena wrestle.
That's true. I do get to say that.
Right.
Let's see what else have we got on here. Oh, I also have the Royal Rumble 2017 match with AJ Styles. That's just a banger of a match. I remember seeing that and just being like, yeah, they cooked.
It's funny. I have again cleaning up my closet. I just found this and I can't show it because it's hanging up on the wall now. But I found like it was a cardboard box that said it had like a sticker that had the 2K18 logo on it, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Because I have this from 2K20, right? And so it's a similar box. Like this came in a cardboard box that said 2K20. So I saw one that said 2K18. I'm like, what the fuck is this? So I pulled it out. It is maybe I have a photo on my phone. I probably took a photo of it. It's a similar thing as that Edge one, but it's John Cena from when. Come on, I got it in here somewhere. Okay, maybe I don't. It's similar like that, but it's from that match. It's from when John Cena won the title, and it's a photo like that he signed, and it has a piece of the canvas from Royal Rumble 2017, which is really cool. Yeah.
Let's see. I've got the 60-minute classic with him and Shawn Michaels back in like 2007 on Raw.
When he was hungover as fuck.
When he was hungover as fuck. Still going strong though.
Yep.
And I have a couple more recent ones in here. A little more couple recent ones from this retirement tour. I've got him and Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. This is what the WrestleMania match should have been, honestly.
Yeah. Well,
because this match was fucking incredible.
I might be the only. Sorry to keep cutting you off. I might be the only defender of that WrestleMania match because I know it's not good, but it's not supposed to be good.
I can't stand it. I thought it was awful.
Yeah, you got worked.
I got worked, but like I don't feel there was no benefit for me getting worked there.
Well, you got to see the SummerSlam match.
Sure. Yeah. That's what it was. And then the last match I've got on here, very, very recent, was him and Dominic Mysterio. That was a fun fucking match. I really enjoyed that match a lot. I won't say it's like one of his best, but like it's definitely still a very, very fun match. And it's definitely one I want to revisit at some point.
Oh yeah. All right. Good list. But all right, we are literally hours at this point away from his last match. We're gonna be watching it. We're gonna be very sad, but also happy, I guess, to see him get his send off and stuff like that. I mean, the card in general looks great with the NXT talent versus the WWE talent. It's gonna be good. So yeah, we appreciate y'all. Let us know what your favorite John Cena match is in the comments, please. And yeah, we'll see y'all next week.